Hello Pisces, it's Cosima from Cosima Tarot, and today I'll be doing your tea leaf reading. So when I prepared the tea, I noticed a symbol which was at the bottom of the teacup, and it was a ring. So of course what rings signify are commitment, marriage, deepening relationships. They can be romantic or even platonic. It could symbolize an engagement. It could symbolize even a business contract, something of deep importance to you. So maybe that is what's on your mind at this time period. And of course, after I saw that, I drank the tea and was thinking of you guys, Pisces. And then I noticed a few symbols in today's tea leaf reading. I find it very interesting because there is almost a mystical air to this tea leaf reading, and you'll know what I mean when I discuss it right now. So the first symbol that I noticed was this serpent-like creature. I believe its head must start beneath the surface of this imagery here that represents water, and the body comes out and then goes back in, and then we see it coming out with this tail. And to me, what this represented was a Loch Ness monster. So the Loch Ness monster, although it's not a snake, it was recognized as in the serpent family, maybe even a dragon, but in some beliefs like a serpent. Now, what serpents represent are wisdom and transformation in the sense of in regard to shedding skin. So because this is such a large animal, as you can see here, there's this body of water, and it's, some portion of its body is hidden and then it kind of comes out. I would say that it could be a warning for deception. Maybe someone around you you're not sure about, or you're not sure if they are trustworthy. So maybe this is just a warning to be a little bit cautious at this time. And in regards to emotions, it could also mean that there are some feelings that are beneath the surface because its body is hidden beneath the surface of the water, and water is associated with emotions. So maybe Pisces, you have been not in touch with your true feelings as much as you usually are or would like to be. Maybe you have kind of put out of your mind certain feelings about some topic. So it can mean different things for all of you. And when you watch this, you'll know in which way it connects with you, which message connects with you in particular. Now, the interesting thing is, next to this large serpent image, I then also recognized a smaller snake. You see, here's the tail, and then the head is here. And they're close to each other. So the fact that there's one large serpent, the Loch Ness type imagery here with the tail coming out, and this smaller snake. So the smaller snake can represent a more surface level type concern, a kind of sneaky energy, and it's minor in nature. So there could be something at the surface level that is of a concern. And so these two symbols combined, I feel, is very interesting because it could mean that something is deep hidden beneath the surface. There is some air of mystery, of the unknown, and it is a sign to be cautious about any danger. And the smaller one is of a concern of more surface concern, maybe not as large of an issue. So there is definitely things going on beneath the surface at this time which you may not be aware of, like things going on behind the scenes which may become apparent in the near future. So it will be interesting to see how this unfolds, but I did find it very interesting that I feel those two symbols are definitely connected to each other, even within the reading, this large serpent and then the smaller serpent. Now, what the smaller serpent is kind of, its target is, I saw here, was a heart. You see the mounds of the heart here. This is the heart. This is the heart with the mounds, and this snake here is going towards it. So perhaps if this is some kind of a love situation, is it a love triangle? Is it that you're torn between two people, one having red flags like the smaller snake? They could be not with the most sincere intentions, whereas the other person that may be involved in the situation has deep feelings and intense feelings, but they are unclear about showing them. There's some element of either confusion or uncertainty in this situation for you, Pisces, but like I said, you will know yourself exactly how this plays out. And so this would be, I would say, just by having these two symbols near a imagery of a heart, it would be a sign to protect your heart from any deception, temptation, or emotional manipulation. You know, kind of have your armor on in the next coming weeks when you're dealing with other people, because they may appear to be sincere, but as we all know, you know, there can be wolves in sheep's clothing out there. So it's just a warning to be cautious, which I know that you guys will be, because you're very clever and you can read people like a book. So I'm not too concerned about that. This is just kind of a warning. Now, the last symbol, which I found again very mystical, just like the Loch Ness Monster, is this fairy. And she seems to have long hair and she's floating. And here are her legs and here's her head. And she's floating in the air with her own little wings, and she has this large butterfly which has this large wing here. So it's this imagery of two creatures, one mystical, the fairy, and one which is, as we have in real life, the butterfly, but they're conjoined, and it's above the situation with the heart and away from the snake. So I would say that because the heart is in the middle of the reading, but the fairy is at the top, I would say the fairy with the butterfly is the outcome, and the heart is at the core of the concern for this reading. Now, what does the fairy mean? In a tea leaf reading, it represents intuition, guidance, enchantment, and protection. Whereas the winged butterfly represents rebirth, freedom, transformation, and the soul. So again, Pisces, trust your gut at this time. When it comes to a situation with other people, when it comes to whether it's a business contract, a romantic element to it, like an engagement, or you're dealing with more than one person, or you're not sure, listen to your gut, follow your intuition, and everything will be okay in the end. So please let me know if the message resonates or how it plays out for you guys at this time. I love to read the comments. I hope you like and subscribe to my channel, and I wish you all a very happy Easter, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.